I don't know why I randomly remembered this morning, but earlier today I decided to go back and rewatch an episode of The Computer Chronicles that I'd seen about 8 months ago from 1997. Now, the episode is about early video on the internet, video streaming methods, internet television is the title of it. And in the video, about 17 and a half minutes in, a guy mentions that if your web server can serve up a certain type of file, it can serve up the protocol he's talking about for internet video. And the word is on the screen and is the title of his video, of course. And he pronounces it a particular way.
It uses standard hypertext protocols. If you can serve up a GIF image, you can serve up a video. Up a GIF image, you can serve up a video. GIF image, GIF image, GIF image, GIF, 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 GIF.
So, as you heard, he pronounces it with the soft G, as in GIF. Now, let's keep a note that this is 1997. This is before the creator of the format would have come out online and stressed how it was pronounced. So this guy, being a developer, would logically be in the know. And I make comment of this on the video, back when I watched it 8 months ago, that at this timestamp, GIF is pronounced correctly. In going back and watching this video today, I end up seeing I've had a few replies. So I thought, might as well take a look at those, have a little bit of fun, because these always serve as perfect examples of everyone making the same tired arguments to defend something. Let's begin. Now, at the beginning, the top of it, you'll see my comment. 17 minutes, 23 seconds in, it's 1997, and he says GIF correctly. People in the know, which is a reference to people who are in the tech community, were into graphics design, web design at the time. They were aware of this. They knew that it was pronounced with the soft G, and that's the way the creator had always intended. Because there's always this presumption for some reason that the creator, years down the line, decided to tell people that it was a soft G, and this blows that out of the water. That was always a soft G. It was never the hard G, but because that's what people see, they say it that way. And let's be clear. I pronounced it as GIF for the longest, up until I saw Chris Pirillo mention that it was the soft G and that the creator of the format had said it was. So that's when I started changing and started pronouncing it the way the creator said it is. Now we go to the 3 replies to it. From Reddit K4L 4 months ago, it's pronounced with a hard G, GIF like gift. It's like, no, it's not. That's just completely wrong. That's a bold assertion. It's not pronounced that way. Think about this clearly. If someone tells you their name, like if you write out a name or see a name written and you mispronounce it and they tell you how it's supposed to be pronounced, who's correct? You or the person whose name it is? This is going to be repeated time and time again in this little video, because this sort of is the sticking point with this, is that people want to believe that the creator of the format, for whatever reason, cannot have it pronounced the way he wishes it to be. We'll move on, though. Weapon of Mass Construction goes, yeah, the guy who invented them says GIF, but I'm sorry, I could never say that. I tried once and hated it. That doesn't matter. Your opinion of the pronunciation of it means precisely fuck all. Okay, look at all these weird names that are trendy currently, where they'll spell Ashley or Caitlin with, 7 extra letters, and you're still supposed to say it the normal way. I don't agree with that, but hey, it's okay, that's the right to name the child, and it can be pronounced however it wishes. Conversely, the various pronunciations of the same name. There's a few cases out there. I can't think of any right now, but there's a few names out there that can be pronounced different ways. And people choose them, they're common names, and people choose the particular pronunciation that works for them. So, your personal opinion of what someone else has named means nothing. And that's another common, very commonly said thing, is I don't like it, so it's wrong. That doesn't matter. I don't like your username. Are you supposed to change it because I don't like it? No. And I say that just as an example. I don't really give a shit. But, I'm bringing up a point. It may seem absurd, but no, it's very much to articulate how, well, honestly, it is to articulate how absurd the very argument being made is. And the last one, and this one kills me because it's the one everyone always goes to, but it has a bonus attached to it. This guy replies, G like graphics. think the guy who invented it has a speech disorder or just don't know English. Well, the irony of saying don't know English is not lost on me. It's doesn't know English, you dumbass. But, this is the usual presumption, is that because the root word is graphics in graphics interchange format, GIF, that the G has to be pronounced with the hard G sound like the word graphics does. That is not the case. There is no such rule in the English language. I find this especially ironic considering these are people who will regularly butcher English and defend their butchering of English as part of their meme culture. Again, people who will get mad if someone was to pronounce meme as meme if they haven't ever heard it pronounced before. It just is really, really funny to me because they'll go about this so hardcore, forgetting two other extremely common acronyms do not follow the very presumed rule that they assert in these kinds of comments. Those words, the two I prefer to use, being scuba and laser. Scuba, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Let me pronounce that again without my bit of accent coming through. Self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Contained, underwater, breathing, apparatus, It would be pronounced scuba if you followed the logic of the G in graphics. There's no way around it. It would be. If you're pronouncing with the same key consonant or vowel sounds that open up each word, you have to go with that. It's not scuba. It's not self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, unless you're German, in which case, cool. Actually sounds kind of awesome like that, but I digress. It's pronounced scuba by us, not scuba. Self-contained underwater, not self-contained underwater. So that throws that out the water right there. Secondly, laser, light amplification through stimulation of electromagnetic radiation. Light, through stimulation, not s. So no one says laser, even though that's how it's written. They all put the kind of z sound in it because it flows that little bit smoother. And that's actually why, again, not that my personal opinion matters, but a reason I adapted to the soft G so quickly is because it's a much more pleasant sound. I grew to like it, and so I ended up agreeing like, okay, this works. If the creator has said this, I don't have a problem saying this. And that's one of the cruxes of the entire thing, is that people are basically saying the creator of something has no right to name it as he sees fit, which is just absurd. He can obviously say it's pronounced however the hell he wishes. But this guy has a follow-up for that, which is something I've started seeing kind of common as people start looking into file name types and stuff. He's like, another reason it cannot be GIF is because JIFF means JPEG image file format, which reordered becomes JFIF, like it says in the header of all JPEG images. And it's like, that doesn't matter. How many people have the same name spelled differently? You can spell Chris with a CH, you can spell it with a K, you can spell it with just a CRIS. There's various ways to spell things that'll be pronounced identically. If you need disambiguation, one can stress this, but that doesn't matter. It just doesn't. That has no bearing on anything. The end of the day, it's these random people saying that the creator of the file format has no right to name it how he sees fit. And that's just silly. And that's what all the GIF arguments revolve around, is that principle. They don't like the way it sounds, and they want to say that it's not pronounced that way. Now, let's be clear. I don't give a fuck if you pronounce it GIF. It sounds stupid as fuck to me, but if you want to call it that, go ahead. But don't assert that, the soft pronunciation is incorrect and that the creator is somehow wrong for naming something that he fucking created. Alright? That makes no sense in any kind of logic. You just can't assert that. Because by that logic, nobody can name anything at all, ever. And thus, your mom pronouncing meme as meme makes it what it is, a meme. Now let's be clear about this as well. I don't necessarily care that much about this. It's the principle of it, this poor logic. I can't stand terrible arguments for something. And the GIF debate is full of them. Every single comment that the hard G crowd makes has been, can be, is debunked to the nth degree. It's always bold assertions about odd behaviors of grammar that aren't consistent and aren't kept up with consistently, yet they assert are things, and a denial that the creator of the file format has the right to say how it should be pronounced. And again, the only reason I care is because so many people get so mad when they're corrected, when they found out they were saying it wrong. They made such a big deal out of it. The fact that these comments happen is why my initial comment happened, not the other way around. So you got to think about that. It wouldn't be a big deal if people didn't make a fuss over the fact that they refuse to pronounce it correctly. And I don't care if you do. Just acknowledge that you're not pronouncing it correctly. That's all that matters. I'll end with this example. I don't care about Harry Potter. But I know enough to know that the main antagonist in the series, his name is pronounced Voldemort, not Voldemort. There would be more French flair to it because it is a French name, and that fact alone means that trailing T isn't pronounced. J.K. Rowling has said that point blank. Are you going to argue with her that it's Voldemort instead of Voldemort? I mean, I know a lot of people don't like her now because of her stance on some other stuff, but if, this is the person who created the story, doesn't she have the right to name the characters how she wishes with the origins she wants to? Doesn't the creator of this file format have the right to say that it's pronounced the way he chooses it to be? Which is like the peanut butter and is a joke. Choosy developers choose GIF. Yeah. Just food for thought. If you do have comments or anything, the email address will be on the screen. Feel free to send an email. Otherwise, I don't really care to discuss it. That's it, though. Thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone next time.